right, we are back with Driver 2 on the PC version. It's going to be ran by the Survivor, and the category is going to be all missions. Survivor, take it away.
Alright, thank you. So, hi, again, I'm the Survivor. I'm a speedrunner and current world record holder for the All Mission category for Driver 2, the Red Driver mission, which we'll get into it and what the hell does that mean. And this is not exactly Driver 2 as you probably knew it as a kid. This is much different. So yeah, it's gonna be the All Mission as I mentioned, so all the basically the undercover mode completely from the start to beginning to the end, and we'll see. Hopefully, we get something good going. So, that should be all the introduction for this bit. So, I should be good to go in 3, 2, 1, go! So, first of all, we skip cutscene, which, again, some of you might be asking question already, but we'll get to that bit. So, what is Driver 2? It's originally a PS1 game that was released in 2000, if I recall, on the PlayStation 1 again. And it's basically 3D GTA before GTA was around. It's a driving game, as the name implies. And it's just all about like 80s, 70s car chase. It's what they were inspired when they made this. Now, what I'm playing exactly, the Red Driver 2, is actually a PC port, because originally this does not come to a PC. This was just a PlayStation 1 exclusive, unlike the Driver 1 game, which actually got a PC release. And the reason we play this is because it fixes a lot of issues with the original game. The PS1 version is real fun. The driving is amazing. It's really challenging, sometimes almost unfairly challenging, but it's still really fun to play. Unfortunately, it has a massive issue: the performance. It's awful. Like, we're talking like nearly unplayably bad. The game will usually run at half speed, if not slower. Hold on. So it's pretty rough to play through. So for most of the time, running this game was pretty annoying, because it's usually just became a matter of like, we look at the walls to make sure the game doesn't lag too much and everything. Also, we're just getting this mission. So it's a bit brutal to play through.
He's making a move.
So thankfully with this version, well, since we're now running natively on a PC, we don't have that issue. We just get to run at full speed with the power of your computer. Just make sure I can get ahead. Okay, there we go. So this is why I prefer running this version, because I don't have to deal with the lag issues. No, I need to. Don't do that. Okay. This is much richer than sound, what I was trying to do there. I'll get into it a little later with another chasing mission. But yeah, so basically this is a fan port made by Soapy that makes this run natively on PC. It's not an emulator, it's actually like natively running. So it's quite an impressive thing to play through. Okay, so that explanation gone through, now we can actually go back to the actual game itself. So basically, we're going to do through 4 cities. We're starting with let me go through the sand dunes. We're starting with in Chicago. It's mostly easy mission in this city. It's nothing too outrageous, but the game will get more difficult later on. It gets quite crazy and extremely difficult. The Driver series has always been somewhat renowned for like their absurd difficulty for the mission. Driver 1 was renowned for the overkill tutorial that's way too difficult, and this one isn't any better with its mission. It's not a tutorial, thankfully, but it gets bad pretty quick. Okay, so we're basically just following a train. Also, fun fact, you can just leave a car in this mission for no reason. You're supposed to be with someone, but I guess I think what happened is they forgot to set a flag that prevents you from leaving the car, so you can just swap cars randomly in this mission for no, even though it doesn't make sense. But yeah, like, these first missions is pretty simple. This is just follow a train. The train is always on a set pattern, because, well, it's a train. It's quite literally on the rail. So, it's just follow the rail, because I obviously know where it goes in advance. Whoop, that's traffic car. Okay, I'm actually a little late. I need to hurry up a bit. You actually have a lot of your leeway in this mission. You can go pretty far away from the train and still be good for the game. I will slow down a bit here because I am getting further away. As you can probably guess, yes, it is possible to fail a mission. Also, a little trick here. Yeah, the game still tells me you need to go up to the platform. You actually don't need to. The game doesn't check for the Y coordinates, so you can just drive under the platform. It still counts. Also, nope. Okay, so here comes the mess with patterns. No, okay, this is pretty bad.
10 a.m.
Okay, there we go. So what I did there, you might have noticed the timer at the top change. In these missions, in these like chasing mission and tailing mission, the AI is set on a set road, a bit like a train, funny enough, because I guess they couldn't pull off like having the AI just drive by itself and doing like high action chases, so they decided to just record like remade patterns, and you basically just pick whatever is quickest, obviously, because well. Like you saw, I got the 150 and the 157, which are the slowest one possible. In this case, especially since I'm just following, there's nothing I can do. I cannot go away from him because I'm gonna fail by losing him. So I just want the quickest one, period. There's no reason they're picking a slower one, because he's usually gonna get there at the same time. As for those wondering why is there a timing on a follow mission, I don't know either. It doesn't make sense, but the game has one, and it's actually convenient for us. But yeah, in these patterns, the guy follows the same route. The traffic is going to be the same for each pattern. It's basically everything's predetermined in advance. So thankfully there is a slight optimization here we can do, because while I do have to follow him, the endpoint is still based off me, so I can just cut ahead of him and just drive right here before him. He does, and there you go. Mission ended before he actually did it. So there is some slight optimization you can do. Okay, and now we introduce the main attraction of this game, the pursuit. Because the main interesting point of this game is being chased by cops or pursuers, and this is where the 70s car show and car movie bit comes in. Is all the car chase. So, as you can see, I have a felony meter. That's how much the cops are currently wanting me to bust me. And how it works actually is, to get felony, either need to rub a car like this or rub a wall. As you can tell, like I just got a bunch of felony. Funny enough, hitting a cop car does not actually count. It's just other like pedestrians or like cop car. Also, like running over a pedestrian like that also counts for felony, and like running a fence also counts. Basically, just any props on the ground will give you more felony. And at first, well, in this mission, we start with like halfway felony to begin with, but by default, you usually get like a little sliver at the start. That gives you one cop car that's chasing you there, and it's not gonna be chasing you too quickly. It's gonna like it's gonna slow down when you do. It's just gonna be tailing you almost. If you get to like about 25%, you get a second cop car. Oh wow, the E just flew there. That's like the second tier. If you get around like halfway, like you saw at the beginning, now we get roadblocks like you saw. And also, when you go past the halfway point, you also start to get them to stop just tailing you and actually like ram you. So if you slow down, they'll actually keep going. And just actually like try to crash into you heavily. But as you can see, this mission is still pretty lenient, because well, it's the first mission of this type. We have a lot of time to get there. Whoop, I'm just gonna do that. Yep. And it's a pretty simple route. We're just sticking on the boulevard and just going a straight line. So yeah, but at the end, it's a lot about felony management in these missions. Just make sure it doesn't get too high, because in most cases you're usually not allowed to leave the car. You actually need to keep it to the end. Thankfully, this game has a nice feature to make life easier. The cops will actually slow down when you reach your destination. So you don't actually need to lose the cops when you're in these missions, with one exception that we'll get to. Oh, that's a good pattern. That's nice. Again, another chasing mission, so nothing you can do except just hope I get the quickest pattern. This is usually where you're gonna lose a lot of time in Chicago, because The pattern you can get go from 146, the quickest one, to all the way up to 2-minute 10s, which is a big difference in time loss. Like you can basically lose 30 seconds from just getting something slow. I usually reset anything that's over 2 minutes, just to make it like actually bearable through the speedrun, because there's a lot of patterns. Surprisingly, I think it's like 6 to 7 total the game can choose in this mission. So it's if I just try to get the quickest one every time, I basically get no runs to keep going. So to make it like slightly more bearable, I kind of give myself a little bit of a leeway. But yeah, this guy has infinite mass, so even if I try to ram him, it won't matter. He's on a set path. He's gonna go the exact same way. In fact, if I try to like get hit by him, I'm just gonna get sent to in the sky. Another feature, this game has a weird rubber banding system. Instead of making slowing down the AI once you're further away, it actually speeds you up and slows you down once you're closer. So I can kind of just like get away from him and just speed up like this to get ahead. Obviously, I don't want to get too ahead because, well, I'll fail a mission as usual. I'm gonna wait a bit for him because I'm a little early. And yeah, the trigger for the end of the mission is right there, so just drive the wall and you win. Okay, now we need to escape the compound. And in this is actually a pretty unique mission, because it's not just like drive A to B or take down a vehicle. There's actually like some special events, like this truck. Like there's a bunch of vents blocking the path. It's supposed to be a maze basically to escape this place. But obviously I know the maze by heart, and it turns out in most of the places it's actually quicker to just ram the vent and go through the blocked path than actually go the other way around. But this mission actually featured one of the few tricks available in this run. Well, hopefully it's gonna go well, because because it's really precise to do, and it's a bit janky. Like to this day, my solution is still just to eyeball it and hope it works, because I don't have actually a precise line. So there's 2 semi-truck there that blocking the paths, but I don't want to go all the way around, so I'm just gonna do this. Alright, you come with me. So there's a little gap there. There we go. Hey, I'm happy that worked. That's the one trick I was scared of, because it's a bit inconsistent, like I said. But yeah, instead of going all the way north and all the way down to escape to the little hangar there, oh, oops, too early. I just used the guy and the van chasing me to clip me through the little gap between the wall and the semi-truck. Because basically that semi-truck is not a vehicle, it's just a wall. It's like it's not something you could drive. It's, well, sort of. For the purpose of this, it's not. But yeah, it's basically a solid wall. So you kind of just get the vent to squeeze you slightly through here, and if you're lucky, you get through and you skip like a 30-second to 40-second drive. And if you're wondering why I went left in the hangar, it's because basically Reflection obviously didn't think you could actually get there without going through the whole route, and that's how usually you actually get to the bridge. So basically, if you just go straight, if I just clip and go straight for the exit, the game will tell me though that congratulations, you beat the mission, but it actually won't progress. Like there won't be any cutscene triggering. I'll just be like basically stuck in free roam. So it's instead of just like leaving and going back in the main menu, it's just quicker to just trigger the cutscene anyway. Also, this is the first mission that introduced range physics. It basically makes everything reduce the grip on everything, and also makes the AI drive like pretty badly. Like AI really struggles with the range physics in this game. Like it's super slow and oh, that's traffic. Okay, that's a bit of a bad crash. Can you push me? Thank you. Okay, so but yeah, this is just A to B. It's pretty relaxed, so if you have any donations or anything you need to mention, you got a couple minutes to go ahead. Oh, that's a close one. again, Chicago is the easy bit of this run, so nothing we need to be too worried about. But Havana after this is gonna be a whole other kind of worm. It's much more difficult. I think I want to say it's probably the, well, maybe not the most difficult, but it's up there difficulty-wise. Compared to like anything you've done in Chicago, like Havana is crazy.
Hang back.
Oh, that's a bad pattern, I just realized. I was kind of not focusing on that. Oh, that's the same one? Okay. Again, this is the same deal as the previous tailing mission. I want a quick pattern, though that's right. But the 216 is just 15 seconds slower, so no real reason for me to go for it. It's just more time wasted. Because there's 4 options total. There's the A158, there's a 201, a 205, and a 216. The 216 is the only one we don't use because it's just too slow.
Hang back.
Thankfully, on the 3 others, it's also convenient because you can easily get ahead of him. So it's just gonna be the same deal as previously. You can just hit the checkpoint to finish the mission before he actually gets there. So it saves like 4 or 5 seconds of waiting behind him. It's more significant in these missions because obviously he's riding much slower than the chasing the intruder mission we just did.
Hang back.
Oh yeah, just like that. He goes in this pattern in this little alleyway, so we just get ahead, we just go straight, and there we go. We're now being chased suddenly. Okay. I don't want to get too ahead, because the traffic, how it's spawned is based on him. So yeah, as you can see, that car just pounded my face. I wasn't looking, or that one was a better example. Because it's based off him, not me. And, well, I never actually tested it, but I'm pretty sure if I spawn inside a car, it's probably gonna end poorly. So I prefer to not test it. And hit the checkpoint as close as you can for the maximum. And now we get the takedown mission. So the tailing mission are over. Well, actually no, there's one, but the chasing mission are over. Now we actually need to take down the vehicle. Okay, that's a slow pattern. That's a good pattern. So we need to damage the other vehicle and unfortunately we got the guy chasing us. Unfortunately, we don't need to ram this truck. We actually need to like rub it, weirdly enough. Oh, what happened to this guy? Okay, now we just need to kill this guy ASAP. There's another thing about the felony. You're not allowed to lead your vehicle while you're being chased. That's how you can fail a mission, basically. Okay, that was a pretty bad turnaround. But yeah, so basically, I need to take him out to actually be able to leave the car and then steal the truck. But yeah, basically, again, it's the same logic as the chasing mission. So the truck has infinite mass. So if I ram him at full speed, you can probably guess what's gonna happen. It's gonna be like hitting a wall. I'm just gonna bounce like all over the place. So you just need to rub your car against the AI and just slowly rack up damage. It's a weird system, but once you get used to it, it's not too bad. But it's probably what made this game notorious, because it's kind of illogical to just smoothly rub your car against the other one and just make give it a bunch of damage. But somehow that's how this game works. Okay, open the garage. That wasn't a great parking job, but whatever. Okay, well I got it first try anyway, so that's real smooth. And now stop the truck. Another takedown mission with the truck. Except this one throws bombs, so this is also a mission that probably was notorious for people who play this game. But I'm gonna hopefully do it pretty quickly. So I'm just gonna get ahead like that. Oh. Okay, that works. It wasn't perfect, but that works out. The more important bit is I want to kill it so before I go past this road, because I need to go through the city for the quickest route. But yeah, that's how you do this mission super quickly. You just go ahead and park yourself in front of it. I got lucky, I got a good pattern for this one. There's two patterns I usually aim for this one. The 147, which I just did, and the 150. The other two are pretty janky to do. The event like swerves a lot more. It's pretty hard to get ahead. Like even in this one, I almost failed it because I got pushed instead of just being parked in front. But yeah, now it's just drive across the city and deliver the van to the same hangar we just went through. Dodge here. But yeah, what made this game notorious is the difficulty again, because like you saw, this is the first time you basically are taught how to take down a vehicle in this game, and they didn't exactly make it easy. The first mission gives you a pursuer that's really angry, and the second mission makes the truck drop bombs. I don't know what were they thinking for people who never played this game. This is like way too much to deal with at once. So, a little bit of a blunder. Especially when you consider that there's like missions after that are much simpler when you come to take down. But yeah, thankfully there's no pursuer that spawns after this, so... Oh, I guess because that's something you need to mention. In the previous mission, as if this wasn't hard enough, now that you take the van and it's already pretty damaged, the game decided, yeah, let's spawn some angry pursuers too in the traffic, so... Yeah, just make it life even harder. If you thought that, oh yeah, I got the truck, I can finally beat this mission. Yeah, maybe not. You might destroy the truck after that. Balancing was not a strong suit. There's a button. Oh, so that's what I wanted to do earlier. Just like park in a diagonal, just get out, press the button right away and get back in quickly. Instead of having to like turn around and walk. Okay, if there's a mission that's gonna be a time killer, is this one. Because this is a takedown mission again, but unlike the Infinite Mass one, this one the cars are actually driving themselves. Unfortunately, they're not driving that well, which is kind of good for us because it makes them easier to take us down. But it also means that we need to use a different method to take them down. So just make sure there's no traffic. Because they don't have infinite mass anymore, so rubbing my car against them isn't going to do anything. So I actually need to ram them, like as you would think, to take down a car. Did it turn? Oh, it did. That's actually... Oh, no, it did not turn. Oh. Sometimes it turns there, and that's pretty good. Oh, that's pretty bad, though. My guy, I'm gonna need you to turn around. Uh-oh. Okay, this is pretty bad. Like, I almost don't want to hit him, because I don't want him to go too much to the south. Oh. Where is he going? No, don't go south again. And again, raid physics, so it doesn't help. Oh, okay, well, he's just throwing the wall. Okay. This is gonna work out for the next guy, because basically what you need to know, they spawn at the same spot every time. Like car number 1 is always at the same spot, car number 2 is always at that spot over there, car number 3, etc., etc. And they always aim for the same place. When they're off screen, they always aim for the same like endpoint, which is northern point in Havana. So I always know like vaguely where they're going to go, so I can like cut them off and everything. Because, like, I know he's gonna go through that road and always go get ours, so I can just come off right here and just get a head-on hit. Like that, because obviously hitting the engine is optimal. Optimally, I would have killed him there, but whatever. But yeah, you'll notice the AI really struggles with corners. Like you saw there, like it's always gonna hit the wall, so it's a good opportunity to do a lot of damage. Okay, so the third guy spawned there, he's gonna go for me, so I can just go here, hit him dead on again. Perfect. That's perfect. Okay. Although again, he's gonna turn here, or hit the van at the same time, I guess. Also, the only damage that counts is the one I do to him. Anything else doesn't count for the game. Okay, I need a new car because this thing is pretty beaten up. That thing is too slow. It's slower than this car. Okay, I'll do that quickly. Because basically how the game, for most of the car in this game has the same top speed, so you don't really, it doesn't really matter what the car is. But there is some exception, like in this city again, like this car right here, that one is slower than what I'm driving, so there's no point in using those. But that thing and that thing have the same top speed. And same thing for the cop car. Okay, do I cut him off or do I just follow him? I think I might follow him. I think I'm close enough. Yeah, I'm definitely close enough. Okay, we'll just go for the follow strat. Depending on how late I am, because he's going to turn left there and just go up there. I might just stick to the boulevard and cut him off at the top. Because he's just going to go straight on this road for the whole time. But if I'm close enough, I'm just going to follow him back here. Because this road is pretty tiny. He's going to struggle in it. With the traffic and everything. Okay, this traffic is a bit bad. Okay, now we just need to kill him ASAP. Okay, I didn't expect him to go through the pole. I almost got confused there. Okay, he's going near the ferry, so that's good. Because there's something weird, funky with this mission. Okay, there we go. That's pretty good. I'll take that. Because this is the one of the few missions where I just spawned where the mission ended, and with the same car with the same damage, except with extra felony, just to make it a little harder. And I just need to reach the ferry over there. And we're talking about a boat, not a magical flying thing. So a ferry. Whatever you want to pronounce it. Play my accent. Oh. Okay, I need to hurry up. I can actually miss the boat there, so you do need to jump for the boat. Uh-oh. Okay, it's gonna be fine. Woo! Okay, that was terrifying. Yeah, the hitbox are a bit weird. As you can see, if you're going under the boat, you kind of just get, like, clipped over it, so it's slightly more lenient, but it's still terrifying to do. I did lose many runs from either overshooting the boat or just missing the boat straight up, because basically, how it works is the boat get triggers once you get near the, like you go in the little curvy road there. The boat starts moving once you get to that point. Before that, it doesn't matter. You can literally just go all around the city, and you could take like 20 minutes if you want. There's no timer. The boat will never leave. But as soon as you get close to it, now it starts the timer. I don't know actually if you can actually fail though. Like if the boat just eventually like gets too far away and the game just tells you, okay, it's over, goodbye. I never actually tried it, but you will get to the point where the boat is too far away to begin with, and you won't be able to like reach the end anyway. But that said, we are out of the hard bit for Havana. This is just like a couple driving mission now. So we get to relax a bit. This is usually the part when I'm grinding this game where I start to relax a bit, because like, okay, I got a good run, I'm out of the scary bit. Everything's fine now. We can relax a little bit. Oh, we got a weird glitch. Sometimes the music will play at double speed. I don't know why. It just happens. Okay, thankfully the cop got stuck in there. That's easier to dodge than There's one thing the cops are good at this game is ramming in you when they're spawning like the opposite route of you. Especially like on the tiny road. That's where their talent comes through. Because apart from that, the cops are pretty dumb. Again, this is a PS1 game, so like AI was pretty limited. So the fact that this game, I was gonna say run at all was impressive, but I guess not really, because on PlayStation 1 it didn't run really. Which is why, again, like I explained earlier, it's why this version exists. Okay. Another driving mission. So in these missions, it's basically just optimizing your lines and just like taking, keeping your speed as high as possible, taking like cut corner. It's pretty smooth. Oh, we got the cut right away. I'm just gonna go through here. Oh, it's always over there. Okay. But yeah, this is... These are pretty chill mission. And again, like you saw, like... Cub was chasing me, but I'm getting near the destination, so it just slows down and stops spawning Cub's car. So, it's much more chill to beat mission, because you don't have to worry about, oh god, I need to lose them, I need to make sure that there's nothing following me, I need to make sure there's no spawns. Driver 1 is like that, and it's pretty brutal sometimes to play.
Flag blue with the trouble man. Stay back.
So this is the final tailing mission, so thankfully in this one, the delta is pretty short. Like, the quickest one is 52 seconds, the longest one is 55, so
You're getting too close.
it's not worth the reset, because a reset usually take like 4 seconds, so just pick whatever. If you got 52, hooray. If you didn't get a 52, well, oh well. It's just that... Oh, he slows down a lot here, I forgot. It just matters of being careful to not fail a mission, obviously, because if you get too close, you fail. If you get too far away, you fail. So keep a close eye on your proximity meter.
Stay back, man. You're getting too
Oh,
close.
and don't do what I just did there, which is nearly failing the mission.
Stay back.
There we go, that's done. And now another takedown mission. Versus Jericho. Nope, okay, we got a bad pattern. Oh, that's a good pattern. Oh, that's not like that. Oh, that's bad. Okay, let's keep going. But I might have failed this pattern, because it does go in a bad spot eventually. I should get on the side, as I'm not doing quite well at that currently. Oh, go in the tunnel. He's gonna go in the tunnel. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, well. Okay, a little fun trick. By the way, if you leave your car while in midair, you'll just kind of... if you try to leave the car in midair, you just get out instantly. Because I guess you don't have momentum. Okay, that's not amazing, but I'll take it. I would prefer to kill it like closer to where I need to go, but... Because again, this is another mission like the ferry mission, where you start a mission while you ended. So preferably I kill it on this road and just go straight line. This, well, it was a little off, but I missed my couple of chances to take him down. But still, at least it was first try, it was still not too bad. Like, it didn't actually go fully in the tunnel. Okay, we're pretty lucky on the spawns currently. Because basically how the game manages the spawns is there's a limited amount of cars that can spawn in traffic, which include the pursuers. So the more roads you have around you, the more opportunity for the cars to spawn. So like when I'm like in the middle of here, oh, where is the other one? Oh, they're both there. Like we're in the middle of like a big like, oh, well, that's traffic for you. Like when you're in the middle of traffic like that, like there's not enough of place for the AI to spawn. When I'm in like in a little road with nothing around me, all the traffic is gonna spawn there. So not only I have more traffic to dodge, I also have like more chance of these guys to spawn on me. So it can get pretty bad pretty quick. But again, thankfully, I'm getting near the destination, so the safe zone prevents them from like following me and also prevents spawns around here. So something less to worry about. Oh, well, that's not great. Whoop. Nope, nope, I still didn't get for enough. Yeah, you don't. You need to actually like hit the trigger in the garage. It's not just getting it. It's a specific trigger inside of it, so it's easy to just go too early and just get out and not having trigger it. And if I do that, well, the button won't actually do anything. I actually need to like make the game think, okay, yeah, the car is parked. Now we can just close the door and finish the mission. But yeah, Havana done. Now we're in Las Vegas, the third mission of the third city of the game out of 4. So yeah, the first mission is just basically a bank job. We're robbing a casino. They need a driver. We got them, and we're getting out. Why didn't get a driver to wait them at the casino? I don't know, but I guess planning is not their forte. It's a common theme with this game. Planning is not great. People are just like at last minute everything, and you have like 2 minutes to get anywhere. But yeah, Vegas is much more chill because it's just big. You're usually driving on a strip like this, so it's just big boulevards and big highways, and mostly straight lines. So it's just all the X and go for it. And look at cars, cop cars crashing into trees. Whoop. So yeah, at this point, if you have the emulations, I think you need to mention, go ahead again, because this is a mostly relaxed part. Oh, a car. Gonna cut the corner through the tree here. You do need to be careful. The trees in this map are pretty bad. Their hitbox is super big compared to what it looks like. I still suspect that there might have been a planter like at the bottom of the tree. That just it doesn't show. Like they forgot to add it something because you can hit the tree without being close to it. So I'm assuming something is missing visually to match the hitbox. Anyway, beat the train. We need to... okay, hold on. Basically, the mission is that someone got dumped in the trunk of a car on a bridge and it's on the rail track. The train's going for it. It's gonna kill it. So we just need to go before the train and get the car out of there. But yeah, instead of just parking easy, I can just do that. Oh. Yeah, just ram the car and just swap out because it's much quicker to get out there. Then just park yourself and leave. Because again, like I said earlier, if you leave the car in the middle of the air, you just get out instantly. You don't have to, because I guess the game doesn't think you have any momentum on the ground, so it just lets you get out. Also, enjoy the beeping, because there's a bomb in this car apparently. So basically, in the beat the train mission, I just kind of just jam my pickup in between the car and the wall. And the pickup is bouncy enough that I kind of just get some, like a sliver of air and just get out instantly. And that's how you just like get out instantly and get in the other car really quick. I didn't do it perfectly. In the best case scenario, you just get out right next to the other car and just press triangle and get in instantly. But yeah, sometimes again, it's based off the bounciness of the truck, so it's not exactly consistent. But it's still quicker than just like parking yourself behind and just getting out and walking to the other car. But yeah, this is just like, oh, there's a car, just deliver it to the enemy. I guess we could talk story. The plot of this game, if we can say it that way, is it's pretty cheesy. Like it's like really generic 70s, 80s car movie, so don't expect much. But yeah, you're an undercover cop. There's a gang war in Chicago that started between 2 rival gangs, and you basically just like infiltrated them and became their driver. Aha, title of the game. So just to see like what's going on, because you're looking for a guy called Pink Lenny, who is sort of not really behind all of it, but it's the cause of all of this gang war. So you kind of use the gang war as a way to find Pink Lenny. And that's basically all I remember from the story, because you just skip the cutscene, so you don't really watch much of it. So yeah, you need to deliver the car over here, just hit this corner that's sticking out, great. And now you have 9 seconds to go through this weird nook. And get ready for the HD explosion. Yes! As you can see, the casino is badly damaged, even though the model is the same. Don't worry about it, it's fine. So now we need to escape what we just did, except the mission is not exactly well made, because I think you're supposed to have felony on you, but it doesn't really work. So you kind of just escape and don't have any felony anymore. So now it just becomes a plain drive from the top to the south of Las Vegas. Oh, okay, don't look behind, because especially when you're going through an extra section. Especially because the AI won't drive that well. It doesn't exactly follow the rule of the road pretty well. If there's a red light, it might go through anyway. It won't exactly care. Also, if it does a corner, it might just pick the furthest away lane instead of just going on the closest one. Just to make it harder for yourself, I suppose. But yeah, as you can see, like, Vegas is pretty, like, it's pretty relaxed, because it's a lot of, like, simple driving on long roads. With a corner every so often. Also, you don't need to brake for the checkpoint, so you can just do that. Just drive right in the building, it's fine. Mission completed, that's important, that's all that matters. Okay, so press this to open the door. Get in. Also, there's a Mountain Dew ad. I don't know why. There's just a random Mountain Dew ad on this build. It's only on this building specifically. Also, I want to note, only in this city too. I don't know if they actually paid for that or if, like, what came up with that one. Because everything else, like, is fake ads. Like, this is just like Denny's instead of Denny's. So Lord knows what happened with the Mountain Dew one. If, like, it was a placeholder they forgot to change and just left the actual one, and I guess back then they didn't really care about copyright as much, so Mountain Dew never noticed. So yeah, but we need to go pick up in this mission. This time it's a bank job instead of a casino robbery. We need to go pick up Jericho, whose bank job is not going great. I think they intended you to drive through the city, like the industrial bit of the city, but yeah, it turns out it's much quicker to just go full speed on the highway and go around. As you can see, the little road to the left of us, that's usually where you would go through. But it's, as you can see, it snakes around a lot. Instead, this is just a straight line, so you keep more speed and it's quicker. The cutscene will still assume that we come from the other side, so we'll get turned around instantly. So that it works out well for us, because we don't have to, like, to go to get to, like, turn around right away. Like, the game just assumed we come from that side, so it's pretty convenient. But yeah, like, lots of felony. We need to escape them and get to our hideout. I think most of the A to B missions like this are he's dead. Are pretty relaxed. Like, they're not usually, the timers feel lenient and you don't have much to worry about. In Rio, it starts to get more, like, challenging. Like, they start to get give you less and less time until it culminates to the Jones in Trouble mission. That one is, I think, like, even with the perfect route, you have like 20 seconds of leeway. It's pretty easy to just fail a mission by just crashing. But in this one, like, I guess, see, like, we're nearly there. We still have like 2 minutes 40 to go, so the timer is not too much of a worry. Optimally, you would go on the other side of the highway, but I don't trust it because it just takes a cop car to spawn and you're bit in trouble. Also, as you can see, the cop was still chasing me, even though the game said, "Oh, you lost him. Congrats." Basically, as long as you're out of range for long enough, the game will count you as not being chased. And that's gonna be important for a mission coming up. Right after this one. Because the next mission is the Emblem Chase. Where it's a bit like Havana. We get out, press a button. I just rammed the wall just to slow down quicker. Because it's unsurprisingly quicker than just braking. Okay, change the ambulance. This is a bit of a tricky one. Okay. The scary thing is about the ambulance mission is to make sure that the cop doesn't kill the ambulance. Okay, there we go. Because this thing is quite fragile. Obviously it doesn't have much shell to begin with, because we took it down. But traffic cars in this game take more damage than you do. Like, if you ram a car, you can easily like two-shot it if you go at full speed at it. And when you take down the ambulance, well, the ambulance becomes a traffic car. And so if the cops that's chasing you just hit the ambulance, well, yeah, it's gonna take a lot of damage, and it happens quite often that you will just fail the mission because the cop, while trying to take you down, just rams the ambulance and destroys it. So that's why I kind of like got it on my side and tried to like shove once it died. I tried to shove it to the side, because as soon as the ambulance gets taken down, it loses its infinite mass status, so it becomes a normal car. So you can actually like push it by that point. So I kind of tried to push it to the side so the cop has a lot of room to like go by it and just go for me. So because after that I need to like crash it as much as I can. Really, the important bit of this mission is to take it out before you're out of the first road, because the endpoint, as you can see, is at the south, and the ambulance and all the patterns goes north. So you need to take it down as quick as possible, else you're losing time following the ambulance for no reason, but you're also like making yourself a longer drive to go back here. So it's a double time loss pretty much. Also, just ram the wall again. There's no point to braking.
Airport, right?
Okay, stakeout. For those that speedrun this game, this mission is legendary, and even for those that just play it casually, this is legendary. Okay, that's fine. And it's legendary for a simple reason. You know what I mentioned about the safe zone and like, oh, if you get near the endpoint, the cops will slow down and not chase you, and there's no spawn. Yeah, this doesn't apply to this mission. There's a bug in the game, and it makes it that the safe zone doesn't work in this mission. Also, here's a neat little trick. You're not supposed to be down here, but they forgot to block it off, so you can just do this. Yeah, just drive through the wall. It just pops you out above. It's a bit the same logic as the boat earlier. The game doesn't really handle well having like a road above you, so it just clips you above. It's not really quicker than going the like normal route, but it's funny, so I like to show it off. But yeah, come back to this mission and the safe zone thing. What the hell happened over there? Yeah, there's no like safe zone. The cop will keep spawning. They'll keep chasing me, and if I hit the endpoint with the cop chasing me, the game will tell me to lose the cop. I'm not allowed to have any cops with me. So, oh, well, that's a bad crash. So you can probably guess where the issue comes up. So basically, what? I lost him already? Okay. Sometimes the game can be funky with the cops there. Like, it just loses you into their plain clothes. It's a bit weird. So yeah, my goal is to try to get him stuck there, because as soon as I get near the airport, I want to get them stuck so I can like basically have a clear route to the checkpoint, the little arrow, to finish the mission. Okay, we lost them early. That's pretty bad. Okay, that's a decent spawn. I might be able to do something with that. Oh, and yeah, roadblocks and spawn. So I once lost a run because the roadblock spawned at the end. Okay, I'm gonna slow down and let the cup go ahead. Because I don't want to deal with that. There we go. This is not the optimal route, but like, what can I do? There's a spawn there.
We found it.
I had no choice. Like, optimally, you could just drive there and just hit the checkpoint and be fine, like, by losing the cup earlier, like, right around here. But it's RNG, so it's just hope there's nothing wrong, and hope the cups are in a good spot. So yeah, that mission is quite notorious, because you can easily end up being stuck doing, like, I call it like doing NASCAR at the airport, just like doing circles, hopefully lose the cop somewhere, or get them stuck so you can just hit the trigger while they don't see you. Because again, the radar can be flashing, and you can still be pursued. If you're not like in the cone of vision of the cop, of any cops, you can just hit the checkpoint, it will count. Anyway, so this is another, like, find a clue. This is another takedown mission where the AI is not on a infinite mass route. Like, you actually need to ram him again. But there's only one car, so again, weird difficulty curve of this mission being much easier than the first version of that you play. Speedrun wise, it's actually pretty hard to do quick because the car has a bad habit of going in a straight line. Also, I'm just gonna slow down there because I don't want him to turn it on the highway, because as you can see, I kind of match his speed, and on the highway it kind of just become an endless drag race. That wasn't that much of a good hit. Don't go there, please. That's kind of bad. Oh god, he's going through the highway. That's bad. Okay, this is exactly what I avoid. Oh, please turn. Oh, thank you. Okay, he turned around. Because again, on a highway, it's just gonna be an endless drag race. It's gonna be me next to him with none of us being able to do anything because we got the same top speed. Where the hell is he going? Sure, that works. That wasn't amazing, but hey, I've done worse, I suppose. I'll take it.
Get to the car lot.
This is a weird mission to do quickly, because the AI, especially that one, that was a chaotic chase. That's the first time I've seen that, like him turning around and then turning around again at the highway. Also, those bushes are not solid. These things are solid. That's a wall. Don't go through that. It won't end well. Okay, but thankfully we're out of the hard stuff in Vegas. So now we're just left with 2 driving missions. So more relaxing times before the truly hard stuff comes in Rio.
We'd like to remind everyone that we still have 2 incentives opened up. We have Super Metroid Ascent with Kill or Save the Animals, which are pretty tight, with Kill at $175 and Save the Animals at $190. And we also have the Super Metroid, the regular Save the Kill or the Animals, Kill or Save the Animals thing. And Kill the Animals is actually leading with $185 against Save the Animals, $100. And we also have 2 incentives for Kirby and Forgotten Land, which are still going up. Yeah, don't forget to donate.
Yep, it's a good call, everyone. Go for it. And Kirby's a fun game too. I've seen a lot of previews of that, so. So yeah, the checkpoint is basically just a zone in this garage, so just hit anything in here and it will count. Okay, now we just do the same thing. We just do another driving mission. This one is a bit weird because I think they intended you to do a really long route and have like a really tight timer, but they kind of forgot that there's a little shortcut you can take. Like you can just can go here behind the building and just go through that, and there you go. You just basically cut like the route like half, because usually you would do a full circle on the highway and get like out here, like just from this ramp. And like you can see, like I'm already there basically. Even though the mission just started, it's quite a shortcut. Oh, I don't know what happened there, but the traffic got confused. And just turn around, hit the wall, get out, open the door. And press the bomb, and for some reason Tanner decided that 14 seconds is enough to place 3 bombs and get out. Yeah. Bit of a bold move, let's put it that way. So yeah, just get out building and get away. Actually, you don't need to get away that much. I'm pretty sure as soon as you're out of the building, it's good enough for the game. But I'd rather not risk it. Okay, we're in the final city, Rio. With a long driving mission. Bus crash is a pretty difficult one, because it's a lot of driving, and it's a lot of driving with a pretty bad vehicle too. Not this one. This one's actually alright. It's not my favorite because it's pretty bouncy. But it's quick at least. Because again, this city has the same thing as Havana. That car over there is slower than this car in the Thunderbird over here. So, for the main traffic car, we're always going to avoid these things. And just go for this thing and the Thunderbird. I think this is supposed to be a Mercedes or a Buick. Okay, so first part of this mission, we need to go pick up a bus. There's no pursuer spawning, so it's actually pretty simple. It's all about optimizing the route, like cutting the corners, dodging traffic, which I failed miserably there. And go around here. But yeah, basically the mission is that we're tasked to destroy a bunch of cars that are parked that are belonging to the other gangs. So we need to take them out. And for some reason we decided that the best strat is just to steal a bus, I guess. So here's the bus in question. This thing is slow as hell. And it's massive. Which is gonna be pretty bad soon, as you'll be able to tell. You'll see why. Because around here it's not too bad, like it's decently open roads. It's like it's tight, but it's bearable, I suppose. Like this is at this point, this is just a matter of keeping your speed up, because again, slow acceleration, slow top speed. So you don't want to do what I just did there, because it costs a lot of time to crash with this thing. Rio is also pretty bad because, as you can see on the map, like most of the roads are pretty far apart, so traffic is pretty dense because the game, well, it doesn't have anywhere to spawn the traffic, so it just has this one road, so you just gotta spawn everything on it. Okay, this is where things goes from difficult to crazy. You see this tiny road? Yeah, we need to go through it with this bus. And we're going the opposite way, so I'm gonna do that. This is the one time I actually used the bumper cam. But yeah, this is the only road we need to go through, because it's the parking lot is on this road, so I don't have a choice. But yeah, I need to weave a giant bus through the traffic. Oh. Wiggly. Oh, watch out. Okay, and we're done. And there's a parking, so now we just need to hit them. I usually go this way, and missed it. Ideally, I would have like slid off that car, because now not only is that, it's in the way now. There we go. And now that we've done this part, we can actually leave the car, which we will do ASAP. Okay, this thing is slow, like I said, so I'm gonna take this instead. Because yes, the bus is slow enough that it's actually worth it to swap out and pick a traffic car. And it's convenient because now pursuers on enable now, they start spawning. So I don't want, not only is the bus slow, it's also pretty massive, so I don't have to deal with pursuer while driving a giant bus, especially through this tiny road. Oh, well, I thought it was going to go quicker, but I guess not. It helps that the Thunderbird is also a really good car. I'm pretty happy when I get one of these instead of the other one, because this thing is actually pretty bouncy. I'm not that much of a fan. But this thing on though is really grippy. I quite like this thing. Mostly because it's slow to the ground, which so it's maybe why it's not as bouncy as the other one. Oh, that's a pretty poorly parked car. Okay, there we go. So that's the mission done.
Vasquez is moving.
And now we move to steal the cop car. Another A to B mission that's also pretty difficult because it's not just like go there, you go, you won. There's a lot to it. First of all, we need to go to the police station and steal a cop car, as the name would imply. And then once that's done, we need to deliver the cop car all the way to the north of the map, which is, I can confirm you, a significant drive. Especially when you're stuck in a car you're not allowed to leave, and when you're given like 3/4 of the filling meter. And it's rain physics. This is also one of the missions that usually cause a lot of trouble to people. Because it's a long drive on really dangerous roads, and lots of felony. Thankfully, the game does give is a bit lenient in this mission. Because, like, we have a lot of felony, but we will still only get one cop car spawning. We'll still get roadblock, but the maximum cop car is set to 1. I guess they figured, okay, maybe it's a little too hard. Let's give them a bit of a give it a bit of help and limit to 1 cop cars. Yep. Oh, that's a bad bounce. Oh, that works. Little 360 for the fun of it. But yeah, as you can see, like not only we're driving like we're stuck in this car, but we're driving like on the highway in tunnels like where there's no sidewalk. There's not a lot of room for me to dodge the cops. So it makes the whole thing much harder. Also, I'm slowing down a lot here because I flipped the car a couple times and lost a lot of run from that. So I've been traumatized by that road. I just take it easy now. Let me tell you, when you're like ahead of on a world record run and you're like at this part of the game and you just fail by flipping, you will remember it. Let me tell you. Same thing, this is the same idea. I'm just slowing down to make sure I don't flip out. But yeah, this mission is really it's quite easy to have it go poorly. But oh, didn't think I would hit the car, but at least didn't hit too poorly. Yeah, and the roadblocks are also pretty bad because again, like they take a lot of space. Thankfully, they make it like. They do give you a gap to make it like more like feasible to dodge them. I guess I should. I think I mentioned the difficulty. We set the difficulty of the pursuer, which is the only thing you can adjust in this game difficulty-wise. The missions stay the same. It's just that the pursuer are on easy. What that does is that they are slightly slower when they're chasing you. It's not by much, but it's slightly noticeable. Compared to like the normal and hard mode, and the main reason we do it is because of the health. They have less health, and again in the Emblem mission and the Havana mission where I took down a van, the less health is more inconvenient because if I need to kill the pursuer, I can just ram it and kill it in like 1 or 2 hits instead of like having to fight for it forever. So that's the perk of like playing on on easy. By the way, so the whole reason we did the cop car is to steal a limousine. Basically, we went through that whole trouble just to do that. Tanner in the limousine. Okay, thank you. So yeah, whole lot of trouble for not much gain. I don't know why we could just steal it with a normal car, but hey, that's driver logic for you. And now we just drive in a straight line. It's another chill point before the next mission, which is features another little glitch, trick, whatever you want to call it. It's not exactly a glitch. It's more like a, I guess it's a abusing the spawn system, because it's another mission like this one. Not this one. I mean, so like a find a clue and the steal the keys mission in Vegas, where a car is driving around by itself all around the city, and you need to ram it. The difference is that in that one, in Save Jones, the next mission after, the car has a lot of health, and I mean a lot of health. Like, it's extremely tanky for some reason. Like, much tankier than anything we've faced before. So not only is it really slow to kill, obviously, because it has a ton of health. We don't want to waste our time with that, but there's a little catch we can do. The bottom part of Rio is a beach, which has access to water, and in this case, if the water is just a texture, like if you drive on the water, it's just a blue texture you drive on. But that texture, just if you drive on it, just gives you a ton of damage. Like, it just boosts your damage in one go. And obviously, we want to abuse that. If we would like to push the guy in the water, and it's possible, he doesn't have infinite mass, but he's still not like, made of paper, so he's still gonna try to fight it off. So it became a matter of like, how do we get him to crash in the water? And it turns out there's a really precise setup we can do to make him so that we get him to spawn in a specific spot, and that makes him drive straight in the water in one go. You don't have to do anything, he just spawns, drive in a straight line in the water, the end he dies, you win. And it's not too difficult to do, but it's decently precise. Like, you don't have much leeway. Because it's basically, you need to drive, our reference point is basically a light pole right before the intersection. And you need to drive it at a specific time for it to spawn at the right spot, basically. So here it is. Save Jones. Okay. I basically have a specific route to follow to make it consistent to get there. But again, like, there's not a ton of leeway, so... Basically, if I crash once, it's over. I won't have enough time to get there, if I recall. Also, I take this corner wide, because I can see under the bridge and can tell if there's going to be cars there. Because if not, it's a blind jump. It's quite easy to just jump right into another car. So I just go super wide to see under the bridge, because you can see the car through that. Because again, the underside of the texture is not well made. Okay, so this is the lamppost in question. I need to go through it at 303. Okay, that's fine. I got it. And there you go. Just like that. Don't have to do anything. You just drive straight in water, instant win. This saves a ton of time. You have no idea.
The ship we tagged.
We knew that existed for a while, but we never actually had a perfect setup for that. Until Valkyrie out of nowhere came in our Discord, the speedrunning Discord for Driver 2. Well, for all driver games, but especially in the Driver 2 room, and just like dropped this bunch of oh yeah, by the way, if you drive around this pole at that time, it just goes in the water every time. And suddenly the mission that used to kill run and be unbearable just became easy, and like a non-issue. Again, easy is in quote, because it's not super simple to do, because it's pretty tight, but once you get the timing down, it's not too hard to do. It's again, it's just drive by the pole at between 303 and 30 and high 302, and you should get it. So we're back to another driving mission. This is where the driving mission, like I mentioned earlier, starts to get pretty tight. Like you don't get lots of leeway in this one. But the next one is much more rough. Like again, it's you have like 20 seconds of like time to save. And yes, the cops can see through walls. The walls don't matter. It's just the cone of vision goes through everything. So even though the cops are on the other side of the hay and the fence and everything, it still can see you and just catch you. Oh, the traffic car may be an issue. Well, the bounce wasn't amazing. I was hoping I would go more to the left. Instead, I kind of just went straight into the parked car. So, wop wop. But yeah, as soon as you get to the like lot of twisty bit over there, it's pretty relaxed cop-wise because there's lots of road around me. So they usually just, like you see, like they usually just spawn there instead. So it's just a matter of getting out the first bit, the first stretch of road that's like a long straight line with nothing around it. Because again, lots of traffic, lots of chance for the pursuer to spawn there. Oh yeah, another place a bomb and get out. Again, the important one is the first one, because as you can see, the timer resets at 24 as soon as you place the first one. So, and now I just need to jump off the boat. Yoink, there you go, we won. Now we just need to wait. Because yeah, again, like, it doesn't matter. The timer is gonna reset at 24 seconds no matter what, as soon as you put the first one. So the first trigger is important. After that, you guys just have 24 seconds to beat it. Okay, this is the mission I mentioned. So you have 2 minutes 40 to get, well, 2 minutes 50 to get really up north. Basically in this mission, you need to do this route specifically to beat it. If you don't do it, you aren't gonna get enough time. You'll fail. There's no way to go around it. That's the only efficient route is this one. Like speedrun or otherwise, you need to go through here. And again, I have only for 20 seconds of leeway, so don't crash too often. Thankfully, again, they also did go a little bit lenient. Only one cop car can spawn at a time. Even no matter what my feeling is, it will always cap at one. So I think that makes it slightly more bearable. All I need to worry about is getting it to roadblock level. Because we'll be driving through the tunnel and highway bit like we did earlier. That has no sidewalks. So I obviously don't want to do that with roadblock spawning. Oh, cut through corner. Whoops. A little too early on the turn there. Preferably, I'd like to keep this guy on me because... Okay, well, I guess so much for that. He didn't know how to drive. Because obviously, while he's chasing me, nothing else can spawn. Because again, one cop car max. So it means I have to dodge that stuff around. Okay, we got a good spawn at least. Because that usually they just do that little spin, so it's easier to dodge them. Oh, I got myself a lot of penalty from rubbing that car to jump. Uh-oh. And we lost him again. Unfortunately, it's a disadvantage of playing on easy. They don't have much health, which is good for when we need to take them out, but it's less good when we actually key them on us. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Okay, again, we got to go this one again. Okay, and anyway, we're getting to the truly scary mission, Chase the Gunman, which, if you play this game, this is the legendary mission. This is basically the hardest mission in this entire series. It's absurdly hard to do, and we're gonna cheese it in speedrun because, well, it's an infinite mass chase, and we know which pattern to go for. Mostly, it's hard on PlayStation 1 because the performance is even worse. Like it chucks to go like 10 FPS. It's extremely bad to play. Okay, can I get the good pattern? Yes, let's go! First try. Now we actually need to execute it though. So we just do that. And there we go. There you go, first try. Alright, that's good. Okay, I got the really hard stuff out of the way first try in the marathon. This is much harder than it looks. Because, like, the little bouncy, the little, like, dance there I do to stay ahead is pretty rough. Like, it's pretty easy to get spun out and just... Okay, well, you just drove the pole. I guess that works out for me. Okay, well... Sure, let's get a ton of filling. Let's make it challenging for us. Oh, okay, I'm pleased with the Gunman. That was the one that was quite nervous for, but... Oh, fuck. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. Hi there, fellas. And y'all not. Okay, I need actually to hurry up a bit. You don't have much time to do this part. Nope, don't go that way. Like you see, my felony's maxed out, and then actually, like, he actually went for me and tried to ram me there. Okay, we're in the safe zone for this part. That wasn't good driving. That was pretty awful, but hey, it's nearing the end of the game. This mission is actually pretty racked. This is just a plain like go to the end and I missed it. Ideally, I want to block my the driver side door so I can just go out on the left side, the right side of the car, and just get in right away in this car. But I bounced too far away, so I wasn't close to the wall. Oh well. Oh. Oh, that bounce was pretty bad. That cup, okay, won't see me. I almost won the cup here, because this is another long, straight road with pretty, nothing around me, so there's lots of spawn possible for me. Okay, that's good. So I wanted this guy to keep chasing me. Again, to prevent more cups to spawn, because as long as my filly stays low, I'll be fine. Because a neat feature of this game is if you have a lot of filly, like I had earlier, if you swap out cars, it resets your filly. The filly is tied to the car itself, not you. So this is basically how you like lose your felony. Okay, and now we're out of the dangerous part. We're on the wide open beach and boulevard. So we're nearing the final mission. So I guess do prepare on time for the mission after this. But basically, the final mission is also notorious because it's also quite difficult. It's quite easy to lose a run on the final mission of the game in this, because again, it's a chasing mission, a plane chasing mission, like the chase the train earlier, because we're chasing a helicopter. There's only one pattern, so it always goes the same route every time. You might be thinking, well, what's so hard about that? Mostly because it's kind of poorly made. The final bit of the mission is a bit janky. Okay, final mission starting, so hopefully this goes well. Oh, hooked up from the previous attempt. So I know where he's gonna go, so I can do the exact same round every time. Unfortunately, there's pursuer. There's always gonna be two pursuers spawning, and I'm not allowed to go too far away from the helicopter. I can go a decent length from it, like it's pretty lenient. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's also quite bad. Oh, okay, we're kind of far already. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm just gonna go here because I just want to do a corner because he's gonna turn right there and turn left again. I'm pretty close to it. Okay, that's not great. Basically, I usually joke at this mission that you have a voucher for 1 free crash and you'll still be fine. Okay, we dodged them. That's good. Because as you can see, like, the helicopter doesn't really slow down, and most importantly, it's at the end of the mission. He goes in a little road, in a little alleyway, And the gimmicks that, oh, the helicopter crashed there, and there you go, you won, you caught the guy, because that's Lenny is in this helicopter. Oh. Okay, that's wiggly. Unfortunately, the catch is that. Oh, hold on, I just want to check this one. Okay. There we go. The catch is that I guess they didn't want you to see the helicopter crash because they didn't have an animation for it. So they decided, well, let's make the helicopter go quicker at the end so the player doesn't see it. Unfortunately, they make it go way too quick. And it's really easy to just fail the mission, but at the end of right here at the end, because the helicopter will go supersonic and you'll just fail. You need to get in this road at the same time as the helicopter or earlier if you want to beat it, else you will fail. The helicopter will go too quick and you'll lose it. Because like, it just went over me. See how quick it goes. Also, get ready on time. And 3, 2, 1, time! There you go. That was Driver 2 all missions in how quick was it? So what was the time exactly? Oh, 1:20:08. Oh, that's really good. That's a brilliant run for a marathon. Because this can, as I can tell you, this can go pretty bad pretty quick. So I'm pleased with that. I got all the strats. I got all the good route. There was some driving mistake, but well, then driving game that happened. You just need to deal with traffic. Not much you can do with that. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how this goes. So I guess as a final message, I'll just want to thank the community for the Driver 2 community. Shout out to these guys. Shout out to Viper, who unfortunately couldn't be here for the commentary for the day. Last minute, something happened, so he couldn't make it. Big shout out to also Red Ricky for the auto splitter that we use for this run, and he's also a speedrunner of this game. He's currently second place. Also, big shout out to Soapy who made and the team who made this port, this Redriver thing, because thanks to him, this is why we're able to play this basically perfect version of Driver 2. Because I highly encourage everyone to play this game. It's difficult, yes, but the driving physics are outstanding. It's about as good as it gets for a driving game. So I highly encourage people to try it out and see what you can pull off and just enjoy the game. It's one of the most satisfying driving games I've played all my life, so that's why I speedrun it actually. And this version just fixed all the issues that the main issues that the PS1 has, so it's some good fun. But yeah, I think on that note, that's gonna be it for me. So thanks for watching my run and enjoy the upcoming stuff and keep the donation going. It's a good cause again, so thank you everyone. Have a good night.
All right. Thank you to Survivor for this awesome run, man.
Oh, you're welcome.
And yeah, up next is gonna be Vertigo 9 to 5 is gonna be running Splatoon 2. It's gonna be the Octo expansion, 80% NDA, and yeah, as I speak, we will change the streamer live host team. So I'm gonna leave it up to Carter next up, and yeah, don't go away, guys. We'll be back.